Deal of detail at this stage on just how this operation went. It involved primarily the B-2 stealth bombers. 7 of these were involved. There was deception in the beginning when a couple of these were apparently going to be flying westwards. They didn't. Instead, they flew for 18 hours. They flew across the Atlantic and into Iran, where they struck the Fordo facility, one among 3 which was struck. But as they went over there, in the next page, you can see that they were escorted by American 5th-generation aircraft, which presumably would have been the F-22s, possibly the F-35s. At the end of the day, there were 125 American planes which were involved, including air-to-air refuelers. So these then went into Iran to hit Fordo primarily. What about Natanz and Isfahan, you ask? Well, at this stage, what you can show you is the next page, where you've got these Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles, which were launched from submarines, possibly in the Persian Gulf, possibly elsewhere. The exact location from where these missiles was launched hasn't yet been revealed. But these are subsonic missiles, and while these were flying, the B-2s, of which there were 7, were targeting Fordo. Let's show you in the next image what exactly they were targeting. This is the Fordo site. It's an earlier image from the 20th of June. The entire Fordo facility located underground, under this hilly terrain over here. These are all entry points. They needed to penetrate this. How exactly did they do that? Well, the next picture shows you the B-2 aircraft that you see with the GBU-57. The GBU-57 is called the MOP, or Massive Ordnance Penetrator. Each B-2 carried 2 of these, 30,000 pounds, and these are designed to actually go into that hill and at a certain depth explode and disintegrate it completely. So what were the hits, in fact, at Fordo? That's what the next image shows you. It's been brought out by the international imagery expert Damien Simon, and what we're going to actually do is we're going to focus on a couple of areas. So let's zoom into this particular area because it shows the entry points of that GBU-57 weapon. Focus in over here, right over, and you can see the exact entry point made by this weapon, right? One of a couple. Now let's pull out and let's go to another area where the weapon struck. Right over here, you can see it pierce over here, the area, and it's gone right in over there, and in the process, it's gone in, and deep inside, it struck the Fordo facility. Now, there are those entry points which I mentioned earlier on. Those appeared now to be covered in dirt. So again, let's zoom in over here. This access route has been covered in dirt, and it seems it has been blocked, possibly as a result of the explosions inside. And it's the same situation in this particular entry as well. The tunnel entrances appear to be sealed with dirt, right? They are no longer accessible. That's what the B-2s managed to do. But if we go to the next page, because I was just talking about Fordo, what happened is that they were undetected. They don't believe there were shots fired on them. The B-2s and their escort package exited Iran at this stage. But what about the Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles I was talking about? Well, let's go to the next image, because those missiles that you see over here were used to strike Natanz and primarily Isfahan. And that's what the next image shows you. That is the exact sequence of events. Those jets, which I pointed out earlier on, gone by now, right? So the Tomahawk cruise missiles were the first to be launched, the last to strike, by which time the planes went in, went out, and would now presumably be back in the United States.